And welcome back on our Wednesday special night waffle board breaks. Here we are. Wait for you guys to start scrolling in. Just watched the break over at Big Al's, I believe, fourth East Coast box. Ivan Barbashev Vegas Golden Knights, which I did not have. So that's his fourth. He had a couple of headliners, and I hit one, and then Barbashev came out. So he still has, I think, 9 more boxes to go. So that's the Monday, Wednesday thing over at Big Al. So make sure if you're not here, you're stopping by there and getting spots and watching his break. I think he's moving on to his football full-size stuff now. But anyone wants to stop by for this box, we're down to 27, 23 on the table, 4 on the shelf. We'll get 1 out of the way tonight, and then we'll get 2 more on Sunday, which will get us down to 24 for next week's Tuesday and back to Thursday. So next week is Tuesday and Thursday again. No sign, let you guys know, no Wednesdays. We're going to do Tuesday and Thursday next week. So that'll be like normal. Then obviously the following Sunday is the first one with the reload. So definitely get your stuff ready for that. I have to get ready for the preview pictures, which I'm not going to be able to do until Saturday nights. I'm going to be out of town, going down to DC Thursday, Friday, coming back Saturday morning. So everything comes in by Saturday. I should have everything in house. As of right now, I have 10 plus some backup jerseys that are still boxed up. I should have everything in house. Hopefully by Saturday, I expect it to all be here by early the week after at the latest. But I want to be able to get some preview pictures to you. And I like to do 3. Like I said, you guys keep hitting them, so I keep taking them off the eBay listings. So I'm down to, I think, just 3 or 4 pictures left. Obviously, I mean, not every picture is on the preview pictures. So sometimes, and you guys have been hitting stuff, eliminating. I think I try to keep, unless it's a major jersey, I try to keep at least 2 pictures, two of the jerseys in the pictures on the eBay listing. I don't want to falsely advertise. I always update the list of available jerseys on the eBay listings as they hit. Usually on Tuesday, I'm able to do, no one's got bids in yet, so I'm able to do the complete list. So right now there's 27 jerseys listed on the eBay listings. There's bids already in, so I'm not going to be able to make it 26. So whatever hits tonight, the spot will be taken down from eBay, but it's still on the list. If anybody's ever scrolled down far enough on the listing, I actually update that list, of course, every week when I put in the Sunday, when I enter the ones for Tuesday. I always update that list. So if anyone ever wants to see, without having to go to the Facebook page to see the list of the available jerseys, kind of like the claim list, they're all there on the eBay listings. So just something extra to think about if you guys are ever looking to see which jerseys are still available. Their list is always on the eBay listings. So as we get people to trickle in, I think we had a decent group. I said with only 27 jerseys. I think we had at least 10, maybe 11 people. So it's a pretty good group. I think I sent out the reminders. I like to remind everybody, obviously, I don't want anybody to miss out just because they forget the breaks are coming. I think Jason M didn't see the message. Big Al got his message late, so he forgot that we were breaking tonight because he's used to Tuesday and Thursday, and he was just breaking live. So he only managed to grab 1 spot, which he actually hit a couple weeks ago. I think he got a 1-spotter. Some of you guys have done well with 1-spotters. So I think there's anybody else has a 1-spotter. I think definitely Big Al does. Nick didn't get in for a spot, so he doesn't have a spot. Everybody else, I think, has multiples. James M, Adam R, Tyrone, Derek, CK, Sadiq, Tyrone, Steve S, Jason R, Mike H, and Big Al's 1 spot. So everybody else got multiples except Big Al. So we'll see if you guys could, if he could crack you guys with his league leading mojo. He's still the leader. CK actually was the second person ever to hit 50, his last hit. So he's not creeping up on Big Al, but he's definitely the second person ever to hit 50. Ron is a little bit behind him. Ron is not in tonight. He's not available on Wednesdays. Oh, no sound. Let me see. I'm showing sound. I don't see it's on mute. You check your computers. Anybody else can hear me? I'm seeing green dots in my screen. So let me just double check. Let me see. Anybody else? Anybody got sound? Let me put that in. Let me back this up. I put you. You're not in time. Not in timeout. You are. Let me put this in here. There we go. Fix that. So he said, "Looks like it's recording with sound. I don't know anybody else's. Only couple people in the room. Is anybody here that can hear me? Give me a shout in the chat if you can hear me. I can't let my wife hear. Oh, so maybe you're on quiet patrol. You don't have any spots, so you're not allowed to even be you're not even allowed to be a voyeur, a break watcher. Anybody else can let me know if anybody can hear me. Looks to me like it should have sound. I mean, I don't think there's any issues on my end, but for the boss. There you go. So you do have sound. Is that right, Dale? You got sound now or no? Make sure you got it on low. Maybe that's what it is. Anybody else is here? Oh, there you go. Okay, Jason R, you're good. Okay, say Jason R got sound. Welcome back, Jason R. After having a little bit of breakdown. I know I got some good Leafs that I wanted you to keep an eye on. They said we've had, I know Ron has targeted the Leafs during the Facebook and eBay spots, and there's some nice Leafs. So yeah, welcome back. Like I said, I don't mind when people take breaks. It's always good to to clear things out and refresh and come back and see what's new. And like I always think about you when I throw in the Leafs in there. Like we got some nice stuff, the Shaq and the Johnny Bauer and the Bunting, and I mean obviously Bunting's not there anymore, but that's a beautiful white Adidas, and then the Cujo, the Maple Leafs, which CK has tonight. So we got Leafs in there. Is that the only 4 Leafs? And I don't know if I think 4 Leafs there. I don't know if I have anybody lined up. There's no. Oh, there is. I have a backup if something hits. So, but yeah. So I mean, yeah. So like I said, I always think about you guys, especially a lot of the old time, WAFFLEBOARD break vets, as well as the old Black Label Cover 2 vets. And I always think about you guys when I see your target teams. It's I'm always wanting to grab stuff. Like I said, I still grab stuff for the Caps. We had some Caps people. I'm always looking for Blackhawks because I know we had serious Blackhawk collectors. Avs, I'm always trying to hunt Avs because we have serious Avs collectors. I've always been a good job finding Rangers, even though CK doesn't have many Rangers on his wish list anymore. And I'm always able to grab stuff. So I do like to keep it varied. Like I told you, there's 13 different teams in the 16 right now that I have lined up for the reload. I might even add a couple more. I'm still looking to nail down some couple more. They're not going to be here in time, but like I said, if something hits that's in there, I'm able to sub in an alternate unless I want to hold back on it. But I'm always willing to work with you guys to find stuff that appeals to your taste. Like I said, I'm not sure. I don't know everybody's PCs off the top of my head, but there it is. It depends. Like I said, exactly, Jason. I'm same way with the bolts. I have so many bolts. There's only so many. There's not many I'm really looking to grab anymore. Just sometimes variations of players, and I'm mostly a Kucherov centric, and there's not too many players. Hagel, I'm trying to hunt Hagel over in Big Al's room, and there's not many other bolts that I'm looking to add to the PC. And Maple Leafs has a much longer storied history. Obviously, one of the original 6 teams, and it was nice to grab when I grabbed that the Bauer and the Shaq. Those are really good old Toronto Maple Leaf names. And obviously Cujo is a no-brainer, though he spent some time with St. Louis, Detroit. So, but it's nice to see the Cujo on the Reebok Pro jersey. But original 6, that reminds me, this is the first time ever in NHL history that the 4 American original 6 teams will not make the playoffs. That is boggles the mind to me. It's never happened before. Obviously it's tougher when there's a smaller league, but we're now in the 32 teams, and both Canadian teams made it. The Maple Leafs and the Canadians, but the 4 American teams, the first time ever that in the same year they did not make the playoffs. That is the Boston Bruins, New York Rangers, Chicago Blackhawks, and who's their other ones? And the Detroit Red Wings. So this is the first time in NHL history. And like I said, we've had original 6 for 100 years, and even with the expansion, and there's always been at least 1 or 2 that sneak in, but this is the first time ever. Yeah, like I said, Adam, I'm always keeping an eye. I see a lot of customs and a lot of knockoffs, and like if I'm going to get a Timu in there, I do see a lot more Ducks and Sharks, even Avs I've seen every once in a while, but the Winnipegs, I'm always keeping an eye on the Winnipegs, and it's tough. Like you said, you don't see tons of the actually original, like the CCM stuff, and you would have to sign, I guess, like a Fanatics vintage. I don't even know if they have Winnipeg Jets, but obviously I've seen the when they have the throwback, even though it's not the same franchise, but the Atlanta Thrashers team became the Jets, but they're still allowed to use the old Winnipeg Jet logo for heritage games, even though they're not. That's not the Jets. The Jets moved to Phoenix, and then now they're in Utah, but they still let them use the. I don't know. They must pay the Utah franchise money to use the Winnipeg Jets logo, unless they sold it to him. I don't know, but I said, yeah, the Ginger Sniper. Like I said, I would love to see the Jets go deep. Obviously they've washed out of the playoffs the last couple of years, but that team is nearly perfect from top to bottom. Obviously, if Kucherov doesn't win the Hart this year, it's not going to be because of McDavid, Draisaitl, or McKinnon, and I doubt it'll be because of Makar or Dahlin or Hughes or one of those guys, or Werenski. But there may be voters that give it to Hellebuck, and there's voters that won't vote for goalies for Hart because they know the Vezina is actually the goalie trophy. So but there will be voters that they just so anti-Russian that they want to vote for a North American hockey player. And the Hellebuck is a great goalie. He's had a great year. Is he the reason they're the top team? Possibly, but they're so balanced and deep. Hellebuck, I'm not saying he could do it anywhere, but he's been fantastic. He has 2 Vezinas already, and he's a lock for the 3rd. And I would hate to see him get the Hart over Cooch, because I think Cooch got robbed last year when he won the Art Ross, and he got beaten by McKinnon, who it basically was a career Hart for McKinnon. He had a great year, of course. He's won the Cup, and he was second in points last year, and I understand why they voted for him over Cooch, but Cooch needs to have his second Hart. This is his 3rd Art Ross, and he's reached a list of less than 10 players that have won 3 Art Rosses, and it's time for him to win his second Hart, and I'd be upset if he loses it to Hellebuck. There's not anybody else that he should even think about losing it to. We love McJesus, we love Draisaitl, we love McKinnon, we love Makar, and none of them had a better year than Cooch this year. So we'll see. We're going to as we get to the voting, we'll see how the voters decide. But that Winnipeg Jets team is a fun team to watch. It's tough because when you see them play Vegas and when you see them play, the top teams out west, Dallas, I don't think they're head and shoulders above those teams. They have a better record over the regular season. But when it comes to the 7-game playoff series, they just have to prove that they have the moxie. Because obviously, being a fan of the Bolts, watching the Panthers and rooting them on for their cup runs, you see those teams when they gain their moxie. It took some bad playoff experiences before they really got over the hump. They had to go back to the well. Toronto. Tampa had the best record in the league, and they got bounced in the first round by the Jackets, and they came back the next year, and they were down 2-0 to the Jackets, and they came back and won that series, and that was on the run to the first cup. So, and the Panthers, same way. Panthers obviously lost in the finals to the Vegas, and they came back to next year, and they, 1-7 against Edmonton. So, it takes. You got to cut your teeth sometimes in the playoffs, and Winnipeg, I don't know if they're ready to go to the finals, but they definitely need to go deep in the playoffs this year to prove that they, are the top team in the league or second top best team, obviously, with the Caps. I think had the best record, or it was close between the two of them. But like I said, there's lots of good hockey to watch. We start this weekend. And like I said, I mean, the Canadians, I think, are going to get in. I don't think the Jackets, Jackets need everything to go in their favor. The Canadians are one of those Canadians, Ottawa, like those teams, the Devils, they're really they've stunk so bad and they've drafted so high that they're kind of putting the parts together. I mean, I don't think any of those three teams is ready to go deep in the playoffs, but I mean, everything goes right in the series and they could bump off all the top teams because nobody in the East is invincible. Those top teams are the top teams for a reason. But I mean, if the puck jumps your way, you catch some breaks. I mean, your goalie gets insanely hot. Those three teams have a chance to get out. But I mean, I'm going to be worried watching Tampa and Florida in the first round is insane. Just defending the defending Stanley Cup champion against Tampa. It's going to be that series is going to be insane. It was just preview was yesterday. Obviously, we got just a game against the Rangers tomorrow night, and we'll see how that goes. But the playoffs are here. I can't wait. It's going to be fun to watch. What's up, Derek? What's up? Yeah, no, like I said, I mean, it was a nice hit. The Ben Ears, like I said, he's been in there forever. Like he was one of the last three from 2024. Now all we have left is the two goalies, Vasi and Hellebuck are the only two from 2024. Everybody else is from 2025. So I don't remember what months those two were. They're from different. There's definitely a break in between them. They weren't back-to-back reloads, but yeah. So I'm like I said, I'm rooting for those to hit. I definitely like to see the old stuff come. You guys are loyal and dedicated and been chasing some of these jerseys for a long time, but only 2 jerseys left from last year. Everything else is from this year. We got 12 from the last reload. I think 7 from the reload before it. So that's 19 of the 27 jerseys are just from the last 2 reloads, which is cool. I don't like to see them go through too much pain. Like I said, we only had 1 number skipped, and that was 60. And, we probably have to skip 3 if we don't hit that. So, but yeah, like I said, 27 boxes tonight. Be down to 26 and 25 on Sunday. I will have my phone. I'll be able to answer any questions if anybody has anything between now and Sunday when we break. I'll be back Saturday afternoon. I'll be doing the preview collages. I should have probably everything in house, if not a couple days away from it. And like I said, next Tuesday the spots will go live with the reload, but we still have 2 more boxes after Sunday, so that'll be the best odds we can get. I mean, the spot price is going to be as high as I can get it without gouging you guys. We'll see what comes out between today and Sunday, and then I'll adjust the list for Tuesday and Thursday. Same spot prices for both of those boxes, just like we always do. But it's going to be fun. Like I said, good stuff coming. Good stuff still in here to hit. Let's get rolling. Like I said, I mean, I love being here with the hockey junkies. Can't wait to see what comes out tonight, Sunday, and next week. It's going to be fun. We got 5 more jerseys to get out of here before we reload it back up again. So let me get my lists. I got my owners list. Like I said, I think 10, 11 people here. And the only one spotter is Big Al. So if you're rooting against anybody, you're rooting against Big Al and his one spot mojo. But let me see. Our closer was Derek. So Derek's looking for the closer mojo. Then we had some early spots, and he's grabbing some late spots. And there's Dale. Dale, I mean, he said, I don't know if you have either of the incoming abs, but I do have some abs incoming. I hope Derek shared with you the pictures. So just let everybody know. Like I said, at least 16 going in, and we'll see what hits between now and after Sunday. I may have to add another 1 or 2. We'll see. Just throw it off. Like I said, right now we're doing a reload every 4 weeks, which can get a little crunching. I mean, like I said, I don't like to we haven't been into the 40s in forever. So even now it's going to only be back to 38 if I don't add a couple more jerseys, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm flexible when it comes to that. I love you guys. I never want to, push you guys too much. I do like having the 2 Facebook fills and the eBay boxes on Sunday because a couple people do one as opposed to the other. I like to keep it flexible. I like to get everybody a chance to chase some jerseys. So let's get going here. Okay, let me see. Yeah, the Ginger Sniper, man. Can't wait to see him on the big stage, national TV. Actually, I think tomorrow's not a national TV game. I'm assuming, Cooch is now clinched mean, since McKinnon's done and Kuchar only has 1 game left, he had 2 points last night. I think he's at 121. I don't think he's going for any milestones, so he may take the game off tomorrow night in New York. I'm assuming they're going to rest Fassi. So, I mean, there's no reason to push with 1 game left before the weekend. So you may see, it's an easy drive from Syracuse to New York as opposed to flying from Tampa. So we may see some Syracuse, the hockey team, playing in the Garden, which is cool. Good chance for some of those guys. Already having some of them, Gage Gonzalez and Lilleberg. I mean, there's guys that have earned their stripes, with the Bolts that are playing now and to be part of the playoff run. But there's a couple guys that have gotten a cup of coffee over the course of the year from different reasons, injuries here and there. But it would be nice to see. I'm going to watch the game tomorrow night, whoever they roll out with. Like I said, I'll probably watch it on my phone, so we'll be able to watch it tomorrow night in the Garden, the final game of the year. So let's get my list up here. Okay, where's my dice? Where's my dice? That over. Okay, and my lists. Okay, let's get going, guys. 5 or more, of course. That's what we always do with our dice roll for our box. We hit the Beniers, so that is gone. I think it was 95, right? 95, I think it was. Yeah, so 60 and 3 single box runs. Then we have 2. Then what is it? 2, 4, I believe. 2, 4, 7, and 12. So they're all there. Of course, we hit the last 2 there. 76 and 77 were hit. So 78 is where the new reload will start. I mean, I could always reuse those numbers again if you want to try to avoid skipping 3, but I may just keep it in order. I've never had to reuse numbers that have hit before. So let's do it. 5 or more, guys. 1 box tonight. We'll be down to 26 and 25 for Sunday. So 5 or more. Let's see what we got. 8 times. Okay, we haven't eaten in a while. So 8 times it is. We've been doing 5 or 6 or like 11 or 12. So it's interesting to see one of these. So 8 times it is, guys. So good luck, everybody. I'm rooting for everybody. I'm not rooting against anybody. I can't wait to see what comes out, especially when the odds get this good. These next 6 jerseys or next 5 jerseys, it's going to be fun to see what comes out. Here we go. 8 times it is. 27 boxes. 8 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the box we're going to open up tonight is going to be box number 42. 42 is relatively old. The 42, actually not relatively old. The second last, I think that's second to last reload. 42, 8 times. Box 42, 8 times. Box 42. Okay, here we go. There we go. Box 42. Where's my box? Let me get this. Let me do my internal housekeeping. Oh, there it is. It's a little bit older. It's from the January reload. 42. Okay. Let me look at my options here. 42. 42. 42. Okay. 42. Bottom in the front row. So there we go. Been hitting relatively old stuff. 42. Okay. Yeah. It was 1, 2, 2, and then 4. So up to 44 was the January reload. So here we go. This is 42, guys. 42. Been in there a while. See what we got. We're down to 26. 26 boxes for Sunday and 25. So double box on Sunday. So get ready for that. You guys, like I said, I saw some of the bids already going in. You guys don't want to wait till the last minute because I don't want you to miss out on spots. Last double box before the reload goes in. So this is as good as odds as you're going to get on a double box. Let me see what we got here. This is number 42. Let's see what we got. Oh, one of my favorites. Paul Coffey, second leading scorer in all time. Defenseman, I think maybe even the first. Paul Coffey, obviously one of the second greatest offensive defensemen after Bobby Orr. I'll give him the respect. But having watched Coffey as an Oiler, Penguin, Red Wing, and many other stops, there we go. There we go. Paul Coffey. There it is. That's a gorgeous Fanatics vintage. Makes it feel like the old ones. Paul Coffey, nuclear nameplate, number 7, Paul Coffey. I imagine he was signing that in the backyard for AJ's, sitting near the hot tub, having a cold one. Paul Coffey, there it is. Paul Coffey has come to play. Been there a long time. Very, very nice. Like I said, some of the older ones start to lose their luster, and absolute fantastic players. Monster Hall of Famers. Paul Coffey, AJ COA. This is one from my PC, just so you know. That's got a little pencil marks on this one. Paul Coffey, Edmonton Oilers, autograph Fanatics vintage jersey. Back when AJ's put their, they don't do that anymore, but back when they used to put their hologram on the back and the card in with the jersey. So congratulations. Let me see who had that. Who's no one speaking up there? So let me see. Paul Coffey goes to CK. Big time hit, CK. Paul Coffey in the house. Free coffee day. There it is. He is free from his box. Paul Coffey has been shacked up since January. So there it is. Congratulations to him. Sorry for everybody, of course, that did not hit. Your odds have gotten to the insane 1 in 26 and 1 in 25 for Sunday. So make sure you get your bids in. Don't wait too late. I don't want to have to remind you guys on Sunday. So like I said, it's gonna be a good time. Obviously, you know, we got Easter coming, so obviously we got the Sundays are here. Easter we're gonna be doing on Sunday night, whether or not you celebrate your Easter or not. But we'll be doing Sunday night. So the auction will end starting at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and they run for about 13, 14 minutes. So 2 per minute. So make sure you get your bids in. Grab me, throw a bid in now. Just keep an eye on it. But there we go. Paul Coffey. Thank you very much, guys. I look forward to seeing everybody on Sunday afternoon. Keep an eye out for the collage previews. Probably go up Saturday night, though, for the reload jersey. So thank you very much. WAFFLEBOARD Breaks. Appreciate your support. And Waffleboard Breaks is out. Take care, guys.